Welcome back to the Miracle Detective Agency. Today's case brings us into Orlando, Florida, and into completely new territory. Welcome to Epic Universe, the newest theme park in Orlando, and our mission is simple. Explore the park, experience the attractions, and immerse ourselves in each of the lands. From our first steps inside the gates, to the rides, the atmosphere, and everything in between, this is a full case from a first-time visit. And only one question needs to be answered. Is Epic Universe actually good? So join us for Case 94. This is Universal's Epic Universe in Orlando, Florida. We are the Miracle Detective Agency. From Orlando, Florida, we're still here on our various cases across this wonderful state, and today it's the big one. We are finally here at Epic Universe. Man, we've been waiting a long time for this. However, what a crazy morning. We did get an extra hour. We get an extra hour early because we are staying at the Universal Resort, which is great. We were here an hour before the early entry started, and we've been studying queues and huddles and masses of people for a while, which is all well and good, but there's a little bit of pushing and a little bit of busyness, which I feel like could have been better. But anyway, we finally got on and we finally got to ride Mario Kart Bowser Challenge, which is incredibly good fun. Definitely a ride to do. I can understand why it's busy. I think it's such a fun way of incorporating different sets, all the nods to the various Mario Kart Mario Kart games, but incorporating that with the AR technology, I thought it was really cool. And even the way that you put on the cap before you attach the AR goggles later on, just you can make sure you're comfy instead of quickly rushing. It's like, oh, I'm already comfy, slot it in, done. I thought it was great. I can imagine that the game aspect does take away from being sort of paying attention to the ride itself, but I just found it really immersive, to be honest. I was playing the game, I was doing fairly well. I was the worst in our car, but I still nearly got 100 coins. You got to get 100 for the cup, apparently. So having that game aspect made it fun, and then you'd be focusing on stuff on the screen, and then bits would disappear, and then suddenly you can see that you're on Rainbow Road or you're going underwater. And I thought the way it faded between the goggles and what you would see in real life was really cool. I just thought it was really good fun. I can see why there's a bit of, as I say, people don't enjoy it as much, but man, that's great. Such good fun. I'm so glad we got that here. That's awesome. And here's Whitmore. I was just saying that's really good fun, right?
It's amazing. I do want to try and do it again without the augmented reality.
Taking the sets.
Just to take it in a bit more, because I felt like there was a lot going on, and I tried to stop playing for a bit to take it in.
You still beat me though.
I did, obviously. But then the competitive thing in me is no, because I want to beat my last score, 109, so...
Did well, and the guy in front of us got 127. So we had a fairly good kart, really.
Yeah.
I think some of our turning could have been better. There's cues that went to turn, and I think some people have said that it's a bit confusing, but it explains it multiple times. Does
our turning affect the turning though?
Oh yeah, our turning affects it. If you don't hit it in time, that's when you spin round and stuff, and if you don't hit baddies, the whole kart spins, so it does affect you, yeah. So it's very interactive. I'd rather do that than a shooter thing.
Shooting shells, and shells.
I thought it was so fun, honestly. What a great idea. That's how AR should be done. Not VR. You don't want VR, I want AR.
I kind of wish that there's augmented reality for a bit, and then it stops, and then you take the sets in a bit more.
I think it did a bit, yeah. At times it faded between the two a little bit, but I see what you mean, a bit more.
Yeah, just a bit more, because it was a bit wow! So I can see why people don't like that part of it, but I also think it's done very well in there, and it's very clever. Very
cool. The queue line itself is just as good as the ride. It's ridiculous. Thankfully, we were only waiting about 20 minutes. But coming into this area, seeing everything open up, reveal the sight lines of it was ridiculous. Going straight to the ride. There's so much to see in there. You'd be happy spending an hour in there, I think, because it's just awesome. You. Oh. Da-na-na. It looks very, very cool, but unfortunately Minecraft Madness is closed.
But I saw it was like testing, so I went to double check. It's been closed since Saturday, it's now Monday, so this is its 3rd day of being closed. And I said, are they trying to get it back up for today? They said they are trying, but they don't have an estimate. They're just going to keep seeing if they can bring it back on.
Testing is a good sign though.
Yeah, like it's getting around the track, right?
Yeah.
Obviously we don't know what the issue is. But at least we can still see it. I mean, there's no splash here, but yeah.
First of all, testing gives us hope. Secondly, I was quite poorly last week and we were supposed to be on Thursday, and I'm grateful that we changed plans because, you know, we can investigate as much as we want, but if we're poorly, then we're not going to be at our best detective skills.
It's not worth running yourself down for.
Exactly.
Ever.
And you've got to be careful that over here in the heat in Orlando.
Yeah.
But I'm glad the area is still open because it looks incredible. And as much as the ride, I've heard, is let's say, not comfortable, it looks really cool.
It looks cool.
Like the idea behind it with the sort of lever system and how it jumps over track, like the fake track, what a cool idea. I hope we get on it just because it looks awesome, but I can appreciate that it's probably quite tricky to manage, and it also gets very long wait times. 4 hours it's been before it closed.
3.5, 4 hours, yeah.
Madness! It's the Hagrids of Epic. Yeah, Minecraft Madness, yeah, exactly. There's some very fun viral snack here, and we're just investigating to see whether Detective Whitmore can eat it due to plant-based options.
I think if I have it without the waffle, it'll be fine.
Surely they can just give you like I feel like it's Dole Whip, right? Or something similar.
I've got this really good Universal Orlando Vegans blog that I go onto. You select the park and then it has all the restaurant and the options. So it's been very helpful.
Aided our trip. We've had lots of burgers and hot dogs. But if anything, there's more options in the parks.
I just need to request the allergy float.
Are you gonna get one?
Yeah, I'm gonna go for it.
Yeah? I can't wait to see it. Hey! Boogie on down, Whitmore.
So it's the DK float, Donkey Kong float. It usually has like a waffle basket in it, and then some cream and popcorn on top of the Dole Whip. Obviously I can't have the waffle or the cream. I probably could have had the popcorn, but whatever. And it's got so it's banana and pineapple, and then it's a pineapple soda.
Fun.
So it's a float, and you can get it in a normal cup, or for an extra $6 you can get it in a big like barrel Donkey Kong mug, which is cool, but I don't want to carry that around with me all day.
Understandable, especially because it's the start of the day. It's already melting, get on it.
I love banana and I love Dole Whip, so. Yeah, it tastes like penicillin. Great. You know the medicine as a kid?
What?
The banana medicine as a kid?
Oh, right. I was going to say, what are you talking about? Worth it for the $12.99?
Yeah, I didn't get a photo of it though.
Oh, yeah.
Boo.
Oh. Too delicious. So the lovely staff members just told us this is one of the few rides we can film on. Yeah. So guess what?
We're filming.
We're filming. We should have some good views from up here. So the idea of this is that we need to find the eggs. There's 3 eggs to see. Blue, green and red. When we see them we'll press the button. But you know what, I think just coming up here for the views really. Wow, look at it. The fall of Epic is like this, it's going to be wild. think if we find the golden egg, it appears here, I believe.
Well, this one's like up for me.
Yeah, me too, thankfully. I did it. Oh, into a warp pipe. Whoop, whoop, whoop. Oh. What? Oh. Baby Mario! Look at him with his diaper on! Oh, I love Shy Guys as well, they're very cute. Blue egg? Where's the blue egg? Oh yeah! I didn't even see the blue egg. There it is. Wow! Poor detective work for me, you were on that, weren't you?
Shocking.
I know what the next one is though, because I've seen it in Tim Tracker's video. Red egg! Get it, get it, get it, go, go, go! You actually sat so close to me, I can barely film you. Wow, Carlos. Who's that? That's a weird looking Yoshi, isn't it? Oh, he's the big one, isn't he? What's he eating? I thought that would light up. Yay! We did it. The views, man. Very, very short ride, but I'm sure the kids would enjoy that.
Yeah, very short, but quick throughput.
Yeah, oh, and we're up. So that is Super Nintendo World done. We've done both rides available to us right now. Hopefully, Minecraft Madness will open a bit, but man, what great kinetic energies in there, as you were just saying. Just
constantly, everything's moving.
There's so much going on. I mean,
yeah,
there are Pikmin. I noticed some before actually.
Donkey Kong as well on the right.
Yeah, what a great area. I mean, it's so vivid, so like fluffy in a way.
Fluffy?
Just like it's just so much.
It's very
oomph to it.
Not fluffy.
No, you know what I mean. Like maybe fluffy's the wrong word. Yeah, I think it probably is. But just this idea that there's just so much kinetic energy. I mean, you couldn't feel like more so like you're in a game.
Oh
right?
yeah, no.
It's ridiculous, honestly,
immersive.
I can't believe it. And that's one portal of the 4 we've got here. There's 5 lands, including the main bit, which is Celestial Park, which is where we started, and that's gorgeous. The aesthetic is incredible. But next, are we going to look in the main Nintendo shop now?
Right here, yeah.
Let's go look in there. So this is the 3rd Nintendo shop we've been in. It's wild.
Get off the picture.
And there are little Zelda references. So that will come in somewhere to resort at some point. I reckon Universal Studios, but we'll see. Yeah, this is wild. So there's a shop when you leave Mario Kart Bowser's Challenge. There's then a shop in the area called One Up Shop, and then there's this one which is outside of the portal. So if the portal's closed, you can still come in and get bits. Can you show us the back as well?
Yeah.
That's very nice though, to be fair.
Yeah.
That's not the
Ooh, beautiful.
That's the best t-shirt.
Have you seen anything you like so far?
Not particularly, because I'm not really, I can't see myself wearing a lot of it or anything like that.
I get it. Vibes, you know,
Maybe
aesthetic.
a cute little bag or a keyring or something would be cute.
Yeah, I want to take something away. I've always loved Nintendo. Big Nintendo boy I am.
And then I've got a friend's son is super into Mario, so I'm going to look for him something later. But yeah, there's loads, there's everything. Like, there's t-shirts.
Third shop. This is the third Nintendo shop.
Loads of like earrings, cups, toys, stuff for your house.
Yeah, generic Nintendo like Mario merch, but then also ride specific. Yeah.
Yeah.
Wild, isn't it?
Yeah, very good. I kind of want some boo ears, but I don't know.
Oh, I wonder if they do some in the Dark Universe, some like ear type things, like the werewolf. Imagine a little werewolf.
But I feel like
ears.
I've got my bag.
You have.
I've got my t-shirt.
Ooh.
I'm not going to wear Potter, so this would be like the next thing to wear, and then I can be fully epic to what I would like.
Fully epic. It moves to the music.
Does it
What the heck? Yeah.
Where does it say this?
It says it on the box. I've already detectived it. Let's see.
Sounds and voices. So yeah, you
Sounds,
could put music on
voices.
next to it, and it would just
Wow.
it would death metal away.
I want to give it the our theme song and watch you dance. Dum bum ba dum ba dum bum gum bum. See? That's sort of it.
I don't think that was very good.
Well, I can't do multi-layered music with one mouth.
You could at least have done the bit.
This guy is cute. $37. I think we have to get that. Are we going to split it between us though?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah.
We'll get it later.
Oh yeah. We don't have much room for baggage today.
Nope.
Lockers are very small and limited here, so we've learned to bring small bags.
Yeah,
I've
but I don't
literally
think
got
there's
a
many things
fanny
that we're going to
pack
have to put, many rides that we're going to have to use lockers on, thankfully, because
Yes.
my bag will need to be squished to fit in the lockers if they're the same size as the other Universal parks. So, yeah, shall we go to the next
Dark
destination?
Universe? Heck yeah. Okay, change your plan. Go on, detective.
So, a VIP tour walked past me, and I was going to keep checking the app all day just in case, but a VIP tour walked past me and he said, I love how you guys thought it was going to be shut all day and it was only shut for an hour. So I checked the app and it's open.
We're going straight to Minecraft Madness. It's just opened. Detective Whitmore was eavesdropping. Let's go! Right, well after an hour and a half of waiting in a 45-minute queue where it closed down for technical reasons and then they closed it down again to add more karts on, we have finally ridden Minecraft Madness here at Epic Universe. And you know what? It's a very fun ride.
It's really fun.
The ideas are very fun. The trick track elements did work, I felt.
Yeah,
I thought
which
it was
I
a
didn't
good
think
idea.
they were gonna. I thought they were gonna look silly.
However, it's not a smooth ride because it's on the sort of boom pole. It was a bit shuddery around.
I didn't think it was that. I was expecting it to be really uncomfortable, but I thought it was fine.
It's not as bad as I thought it was going to be, but it wasn't as good as I'd hope it would be. Basically, I think the idea is incredible. I think the execution has been missed purely for the ride system, but everything else is spot on. Like the theming, the idea is great, but just the boom pole itself just was not as comfortable as I would have liked.
Yeah, but I don't think you're ever going to get that to be perfectly smooth when you're that far up above the track.
No, it's kind of like with wing coasters, isn't it? If you're on the far out
you're
seats,
always going to be like...
you're going to be struggling, and on this point, everyone's on the edge of the wing. Basically, that's kind of the point. That's where the problem lies. But
although my back is hurting, so maybe that's why it wasn't hurting before the ride.
well, there we go. Yeah, it's now on 4 hours. It's been on 4 hours for a while, so a very long queue. It's good for us in the sense that it's going to keep a lot of people here whilst we can go do other stuff. But I appreciate that's a long time for like any coaster, and also slowest queues. The operations, there's no issue with the operations. It's just 4 people per cart.
Oh my god.
You've got main queue, express, and single rider. Single rider is a good one because obviously a family of 3, you want to put one person in. Happy days. Even like a family of 5, and then like a 2, and then a 1. You know, so it makes sense to have the single rider line. But Jesus, that was slow. Like normally at a lot of Orlando parks and queues, you're constantly moving. We were crawling.
We were not moving.
Barely crawling at the best of times. So yeah, it's a tricky one. It's fun, but you're not waiting 4 hours for this. Hour max, I'd say.
I'd say if you're waiting more than an hour or maybe 2 pushing it. you've waited too long.
And when it broke down, we were near the front, so we weren't going to give up at that point. Seeing it was already on 4 hours, so...
Although I did have to leave the queue for a little toilet break, which a lot of people were doing, but it broke down.
I think that's understandable, isn't it? So, yeah, it's really fun. I love the idea of it. It's just not as perfect as I would have hoped, unfortunately. However, now we're going to go to Dark Universe.
A monster! They were afraid of what he had done. But you will see. There's nothing to fear. Show them there's nothing to be afraid of. He is amazing. Better than the original. He is the key to our most exciting experiment. That wasn't us.
Silence, creature. I will destroy you by memory.
These two just don't get along. The Dracula experiment is the last piece of the puzzle. And with your help, the world will never see the name Frankenstein the same again. Open the doors!
So, I went into Monsters Unchained blind. I knew the animatronics were supposed to be really lifelike. I knew people were saying it was an incredible ride. And ultimately, I went in with only that knowledge. I knew it was the robot arm as well, and yeah, otherwise I went in blind. I didn't know what to expect, what to see, what to feel, etc.
I knew a little bit. I'd seen a few little clips, but I hadn't watched any like full POVs or anything. So I knew the queue line, and then I knew little clips from throughout the ride.
Queue line itself, incredibly detailed. You could stay in there for hours and be fully entertained, mesmerised, enjoy your time within some slight cattle pens and winding through various rooms that basically explain different experiments that Victoria Frankenstein is taken upon within her manor to change the name of Frankenstein, essentially. And then you got to the ride itself. Wow. I don't think I can really put into words just how good that was.
It was the best.
World class.
I came off it like, before you looked over and prodded me, I'd already looked at you and gone, but you were like still like in your seat in shock, I think. I cried, I loved it, that's the best ride
Incredible.
in the world. That's the best ride in the world.
In our previous case from Hollywood Studios, I was saying Rise of the Resistance is a 20 out of 10, but Universal basically said, wait, hang on, we can do better than this. This is like the best haunted house in the world.
Like that compared to what they did with Forbidden Journey is like miles apart.
Massively. Like, they really used the robot arm system to such good purpose. Like the way it will angle back as like a monster's jumping out at you, the way it's sending you certain ways through a very detailed story, like it's very clear, and you're moving from screen, like you're very much fixed in terms of I'm looking at this screen and then we're going to move you to this animatronic and he's going to explain the next bit. You've got audio behind you, which is really like helping drive that narrative.
There's a fair few screens in there, but like the amount, I didn't think there'd be that many animatronics in there. There's loads and they're huge, they're so big.
And some of them I thought were screens because they were so good. I was like, there's no way that's real, and it was real. It was a 3D figure of Dracula in front of me.
Massive, so big, that Dracula one, oh my god.
I could not get over it, honestly.
And then there'd be bits where Dracula would be like swooping into the screen and then you'd go under like an arch bit and he'd come out the other end as an animatronic.
Almost like fixed jump scares.
It's just so good.
Universal are known for horror, right? Universal, like, obviously Studios is known for Halloween Horror Nights, and now they've got a permanent spooky area and attraction, and that was just simply world class. Like nothing. I can't think of any ride I've been on that beats that. Nothing beats that.
But it's not like terrifying or anything. It's just a fun, hot-based story.
Anyone can do it. Kids can do it. It's fine. It's just very well done.
It's so good.
It's ridiculous. I can't believe it. I mean, there's the Jurassic Park ride over in somewhere.
Beijing.
That's supposed to be very, very, very good.
That's got crazy animatronics too.
I mean, I'd be impressed if it beats that, because that was, I mean, that's still Universal, right? But this is next level.
It's even the pre-show Frankenstein's monster when he comes out and he's like
Oh my days,
walking out into the
yes.
city. Like, what?
Honestly.
What? And even though I'd seen that on video, nothing prepares you for seeing it in person. Nothing at all.
Incredibly incredible.
So if you can go in without a POV, I suggest you do.
Yes.
I think it's better that way.
Yeah, please do. I'm glad I did. I'm glad I saved myself for this park.
And you won't really get a lot from the POV anyway, because you don't get how it like moves.
You need the feel, you need the music, the audio,
good.
the heat, like everything. Yeah,
Yeah, the
incredible.
heat's higher.
1,000,000 out of 10.
Yeah, the highest score possible ever.
Curse the Werewolf, a little Family Mac spinning coaster. It was quite fun actually.
Yeah, it was.
I'll give them credit for that. So, do a little pre-launch bit, and then it's a swing launch through a cabin, and the idea is that the werewolf's transforming, and then obviously he transforms, and then you go through the rest of the layout. And we had a decent bit of spin, and it had a. I just thought it was fun.
Yeah, it was fun. Shame it's such a short layout.
Yeah.
Without that swinging, it would be over in a second.
I think it was a last minute addition. I think there was supposed to be a show, and they stacked it off for another coaster, which is interesting.
Yeah, I just feel like if you're going to do something, do it properly. But it's fun, and the theming's cool.
Yeah, it's very fun.
Yeah,
very
I do
cool
like
idea.
it all. I just wish it was a bit more to it.
Yeah, I get that, and I think that's going to be the ultimate thing with the park, is they just don't have the capacity with the rides yet.
Oh, no.
Long waits all day.
Yeah, that's another slow throughput because there's not many cars on the train. There's only 2 trains, so again, slow.
Very slow. It's a shame. I think that's similar with Minecart, isn't it? It's like slow operations, but actually the ride's quite fun.
Yeah.
So when there's more capacity through the park and you can jump on that for like a 20-30 minute wait, you would. I think that'd be much more reasonable.
Yeah. It's a nice little added ride in the area, but it pales in comparison to the other ride, doesn't it?
Yes. Wow. Dartmoor is incredible.
It is.
Well, we had not 1, not 2, but 3 rides of Stardust Racer. So there was 1 on the green, 2 on the yellow. Now, interestingly, we did the green. It said 55 minutes. It was probably about 20-25, there or thereabouts. Went back round. He said it was 25 minutes. Actually took 10 minutes, and when we got off, one of the staff members here said, "Hey, is it just you guys?" We were chatting to him before because he was saying to everyone, "Hey, everything needs to go in a locker," and he was getting a little bit frustrated that people weren't doing it, and we were having a joke with him. I went, "Everything, not some things," and having fun. Anyway, he found us when we got off our first ride on yellow, and he went, "Is it just you two?" And we went, "Yeah." And he went, "Do you want to ride it again?" We were like, "Yeah." Like, "Yeah, of course." Like, "Yeah." And
straight in the staff entrance.
Yeah, we skipped every line available, which obviously made our day. And yeah, it's the second time I've had this trip. If I had £1, yeah, I repeated saying that as occurs here at the agency. But yeah, fantastic. Riding it multiple times definitely helped. There's been a lot of hype around it, and I think it is good. I don't know whether it's top 10 for me. I need to reassess lists and many things. A slight little bit of shake, but to be fair, there is a lot of airtime, but there's a lot of negatives as well. It's very much like positive, negative, and it does jump a lot between the two. More so than I thought. I thought it was going to be more of a negative G sort of ride.
I was expecting to be floating, and it was very intense on
more
there.
like Hyperia.
It was the opposite of floating. Like the airtime is like, I was getting folded in half.
Yeah.
On that first drop, I was like, folded on myself.
Tell you what, the first launch inside, that caught me off guard, because I was like, this isn't fast enough, and then it accelerates again. You've got the onboard audio, which is good, the lights in that tunnel with the launch. The inversions, like the one inversion on each track is like the best bit, because you get that sort of high five moment with the other track. I think that was really fun.
I remember the inversion on green, but I don't remember it on yellow, and we did yellow twice.
It was second. The green one goes first and the yellow one second, I think, or maybe the other way around. Bit confusing. which one's
I don't
which.
remember being inverted on yellow at all.
We definitely
Hey-ho.
did, but that was the coolest bit because it was in the second half and you sort of, yeah, they're very evenly matched. I don't know why people would have a preference as to which one's better because they're very, very similar, so I don't really know what the difference would be.
I did find yellow to be less intense and less rattly, but that might have just been the train.
Yeah, it could be the train.
Because when I first came off green, I was like, that's giving me the headache that Hyperia and Voltron gave me, and it's not nice. But then yellow was fine. It was still a bit rattly though, but it was fine. It was
very Mac,
didn't take
but
away from it, sorry.
I love it when people duck under the camera. It's facing this way. Anyway, very fun. We have a little date in Paris very soon. So join us with the time turner as we head into the wizarding world of Harry Potter. We're going to go ride the Battle for the Ministry.
My brain went to Disneyland.
In our previous case from Hollywood Studios, I was saying, right, Mickey and Minnie's Railway, fantastic, 10 out of 10. Rise of the Resistance is 20 out of 10. Like, you think you've got like an incredible dark ride, and you've got an even better one. Whereas here, I think it's a similar thing. I'm not saying the Ministry of Magic is better than Monsters Unchained, but to have two incredible dark rides in one park is just ridiculous.
Yeah.
The use of the ride vehicle, the way it goes up and down, I imagine it's not loads, but that combined with how the screens, the visual, the image on the screen, it just really tricks your brain into the fact that we're falling, that we're jumping up high, that we're being knocked aside. Like, it really ties together everything so well.
And again, the use of animatronics in there was really good. I didn't really see any until like the Death Eater bit, and then I was like, oh, that looks cool now that there's... I was like, oh, it's very screeny, and then the Death Eater came, and then there was more animatronics after that, and it got better. They're like 2/3. The first third was a bit... screen, and I was like, oh.
However,
it doesn't just do that, and then it got better.
I was going to say though, with that room when the Death Eaters do come in, you see those animatronics, one you're like, oh sick, animatronics, like this is, you know, elevates it, obviously makes it more 3D real. That room though, because we had screens at the back, and then there's much more depth given with the set pieces. The screens itself really just sort of emphasise it's a large room that it is. I feel like it adds to it as opposed to relies on it in a way. And the way that, as I said, like, it really helps to blend the story and scenes together as well. Like, it was just...
Yeah, it does the physical and screens well again in that one. I don't think it's as good as Monsters Unchained though, at all.
No, that's a much more close-up personal experience. Whereas this is obviously a group of, like, I mean, Monsters Unchained is 4 to a pew. Whereas this was like, what, 10 to 12 maybe? So 2 rows. We were at the front, which was cool, so nothing blocking our view. But still, I think Unchained is a much more... It's much more jumpy, fluid, bumpy ride, if you will, which adds to the element of it. Was this was a battle in the Ministry, and it felt like it, but it felt like we were spectating as opposed to actually being a part of it.
Yeah,
I would say.
Yeah, but it was very good. The movements were very good. The screens, for a change. The issue I have with screens is like it can be a bit blurry, and my eyes can't really keep up, or they make you wear 3D glasses, and again I struggle a bit with that. But this was just, you got the depth without the 3D. Yeah,
and I'm grateful I don't have 3D because that would be annoying. I mean, having to either put 3D glasses over my glasses or take my glasses off is such a pain for me.
Yeah.
And if you've got glasses, you probably know the same thing. So I'm grateful to see them come away from 3D and just give us 3D, well, give us depth from, you know, extra scenery in there. I think that makes way more sense.
It feels like the screens are going right back and you're in
Oh,
it.
yeah.
You're not. You're just looking at the screen.
Even the queue line. The queue line's massive. You go into the atrium of the Ministry, which is a massive room as it is, and even in some of the later queue lines, there's quite a lot of higher ceiling than needs to be, but it just creates a depth that you're actually in there. I don't know how big the show building is, but holy heck.
Does anyone understand why there's a time turner at the front of the portal? So in my mind, we were going back into 1920s Paris at that point. That was the time turning.
And it says that on the app, right? So that's official.
Yeah, it's like Fantastic Beasts era, 1920s Paris. And then you go through the Flu Network to the British Ministry, but we're in like when the films or books ended, so 2000s, 90s, 2000s, somewhere in that realm of time. So at least like
80 years later.
Yeah, 80 years
basically,
later.
yeah.
And what? I'm confused. I
Yeah,
don't understand.
doesn't make sense.
It's like they've got two ideas and they've just put them together because the ministry would have worked in like the other parks, but obviously there's nowhere to fit that.
Yeah, no location is there to rebuild.
Like they probably didn't want to go with the Fantastic Beast ride here because it's probably not as popular as the normal, like the characters that we know from the Harry Potter series. So I think they kind of just mashed it together, but it doesn't, my brain, it's like, this doesn't make sense.
No, if you think about it, it doesn't make sense. However,
unless we time turn again.
But there's no like sort of implication that's happened. I say that in the story you are time turning again, but obviously it starts with the trial. So it starts with the trial, and the trial is after the movie. So we haven't at that point.
Yeah, I don't know.
However, saying that, I do appreciate that it's a brand new story within like the Harry Potter universe, as opposed to being like a retelling of something or just something like that. Yeah, I like that it's a brand new bit of media essentially that adds into everything. So I'm guessing it's canon. I'm guessing it's been worked on with author and stuff. So yeah, solid.
Yeah,
very solid.
Very good.
We've had a fantastic day so far. We've got lots done. There's one more coaster and one more portal to get, but there's a pizza place we want to go and try out. As soon as we're coming outside into the heat, it is absolutely slapping us silly. And one thing we noticed about Celestial Park is it just does not have shade. They've set up specific cool zones with like a parasol and some of these crazy big fans, which is good, but like there needs to be more shade. That's one complaint we've got so far. It's just, when you're in the ride queue, it's fine, but otherwise you're just baking in the sun and it's just a lot. I really wanted to eat in Pizza Moon because I've seen images of it and it looked very beautiful in this sort of, what's that art style? It's
I don't know, it's like Luna Parky. I don't know what the style is.
It's yeah, there's a proper old school film, isn't there, with the rocket in the moon, and it was basically that as a themed pizza place. And you said you didn't think it was going to be good, right?
My pizza doesn't have cheese, and sometimes that means that it can be quite dry. But it was nice because the sauce and the dough were amazing.
So good. Like we walked in, we waited about 5 minutes for a table. Pizza probably took about 15 minutes, I think.
Yeah.
Tons of options with drinks because it's freestyle machines, as is with all the drinks here. Yeah, definitely recommend that. I mean, I know we've not been anywhere else, so I can't recommend anywhere else, but yeah, solid pizza. But now,
I'm a pizza snob and the dough was good.
it was really good. You really need to nail everything. The mozzarella in there was stunning for me.
Been to Naples, been spoiled. The pizza's now disappointing. That was good.
I mean, that says it all, doesn't it? Yeah, final portal now then. We are off into the Isle of Berk and we're very excited for this one. So in the Isle of Berk we started with the Unchained Dragon Show.
Yeah.
I teared up a little bit, I don't know if you noticed.
I thought you did, because
Yeah.
I was like tearing up and then you were like, I don't know, I just felt like you were, I got a vibe that you were. I think it was just when Toothless came out and the music was really emotional and he was on it and it was just like, and you know it's a dragon on strings in the air on a big rig, but it doesn't matter because it's just that like magical, I don't know.
It was such a lovely reveal.
Yeah, it just like came out and I was like...
He flies above the crowd in all directions and no matter where you are you can see him.
Yeah,
it was
amazing.
So cool and I knew it was going to happen and it still got me.
It was a great show. There was baby
Fun little
dragons,
show,
there was loads of different dragons, a lot of screen stuff, but it was done well. There was 2 people singing, there was 2 people playing drums.
And they were like accenting the music, they were playing drums along with the actual music that was being played, like they were actually doing it live, like it was awesome.
They were singing live as well.
Yeah! I was impressed with that, nice little number, and it's a permanent building so it's obviously going to be there for a long time. Very good.
I believe it is a copy of what they were already doing in...
Yes.
I think it's the Beijing part.
In Nice, yes, that's correct. Exactly a clone, yes.
So they were doing that show there. It was obviously very popular because Toothless flies above the crowd, and then they brought it here when they opened this, which I hope they would, and they did. and it was wonderful, and I got very emotional.
And then we went straight onto Hiccup's Wing Gliders, a fun little intimate family coaster that weaves itself through the area. Here it comes now. Like, it was very fun.
Very fun layout, very like, which I like.
Which is very intimate, and it works so well for the whole like gliding, and it's very much like in the realm of Toothless in like the films, and the way he, you know, like in the first film when he's like ducking and dodging through like all the rocks and stuff. It was very much like that.
And you go through like a dragon's nest, and there's babies, and then you go through some little buildings in the village, and there's dragons, and
very fun.
Really good.
What a great family ride for the area and the park.
But again, I think that's the heat why the coasters aren't smooth today, because it's so hot.
Yeah, I think that's just Florida. We were saying like Intamin don't put a foot wrong, except for Baco and that invert we did in Spain. But aside from them, the family coasters are incredible. So the fact that it had a little bit of a not buttery smoothness, let's say. I don't want to say the negative R word of rattle.
It's not rattly.
No, but you know what I mean. It's not as glidey as it should be, is it?
Vibrating.
Vibrator, we'll take that. Yeah, that makes me think it is more of a heat issue than Intamin. But that makes me also think, when it comes to Falcon's flight in Qiddiya, that's surely going to be even worse, right? In that heat.
How's that going to ride in the heat?
Oh, people think it's going to close soon, don't they? Don't think it's going to last.
I mean, the parks out there don't get crowds, so.
We'll see what happens.
The parks in UAE don't. I don't know about Saudi Arabia, but I don't know.
We'll see, but
I can't see it doing well, personally.
Yeah, we'll see. Anyway, that's not the point. The point is we're at Epic Universe, and we have now done everything we wanted to do.
I can hear a sheep. Oh, is it there? Sorry.
Yeah, the sheep everywhere. Lots of cool stuff in this area, so we're going to have a little investigation now, aren't we, around the Isle of Berk, and see what we can see as golden hour starts to hit.
Yeah. Dragon coming out of there. Dragons, 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 dragons.
Right, it's the Isle of Dragons. You ready to go look?
Dragons.
Cool, let's have a gander.
Dragons.
So we mentioned another ride on Monsters Unchained, which was still as incredible as always. We've then been having a little mooch around Celestial Park, which as the night sky has fallen over us here in Celestial Park, it's absolutely stunning, and what a way to cap off Celestial Park than riding a Constellation Carousel. Constellation Carousel is very beautiful. It seems to be busier now than it has been all day, and I suspect that's because most people realise it's you want to get on it at night because that's when all the lights are on it, and there's different modes, isn't there, with different songs and the different movements and dances. But it has a very slow throughput, very slow, and it's not even like a 2-minute ride, so an interesting one. Worth doing if you can, but I think more than 30 minutes you might be a little disappointed. But then again, it's beautiful, and I think that's kind of the point with this park, is a lot of it's just stunning. I mean, look at this, look at this. Look. Beautiful. Just had another ride on Green Stardust Racer. I feel like it needs a better name than just Green. On the green variant of Stardust Racer to end our night here at Epic Universe. And tell you what, that is a nighttime ride, isn't it?
100% better at night. So much better. That was painful for me earlier, and that was great.
Much better now, later on in the day. Plus, I like that the track isn't lit up, like at the back where most of the layout is,
You're
and
just like zoom, zoom, zoom.
all you get is the lights from the other train. And because it's such a good dueling coaster, that's all the light you're getting from it, and you feel like you're gonna high five each other and you can't, and it's just weaves between each other so well. Like, I didn't realize just how good it is, and I don't think I mentioned that before, the weaving and dueling nature of it. Also, can we just say, ops on there, fantastic.
Yeah.
There's always like another train behind the one they're loading, if not two.
Yeah,
like, I think there's like 4 trains on each track, and there's like, what, 20 people per train. So overall, Stardust Racers as a package eats people through. And right now it's on an hour wait, which is probably the longest it's been on all day, I think, roughly. So. Because people know they want a night ride on it, because it looks awesome off-ride, and it's even better on-ride. So fair play. I mean, as we've said before, like, the park need more capacity, they need more rides. We think of like Minecart Madness, and we think of Curse the Werewolf, they were quite slow throughputs, but this is the opposite. It's got so much throughput, and if you're going to build a brand new park like this, that's what you need. You need throughput, you need people to be getting the most out of their day. Oh, yeah. We've been lucky that we've got everything done, and a lot of people won't have, unfortunately, but yeah, Stardust is certainly the standout coaster here, and for good reason, I think. After having ridden both sides twice. Oh, hello, come on, focus. Hello. It's quite dark. As I was saying, yeah, having done 2 rides on each now, I can firmly say that is a very solid coaster.
Very.
Greetings, travelers. The time has come for the chronos to align. Across the cosmos, the energy of every portal will soon ignite, channeling the power of the stars as Celestial Park bids you goodnight. You've traveled through time using your wizarding magic, raced through realms of power-up and play, stood face to face with monsters and darkness, and soared beyond the clouds with dragons. Now, Celestial Park invites you to a final celebration of these epic worlds. fruits of your explorations live on in the stars above and within you. Until the next epic journey calls you back, farewell and good night.
We've been very excited to come here, of course, but there's always a level of recency bias in terms of people saying, yeah, it's really good, and a sense of hyperbole that can arrive as well when people are saying, yeah, it's really good, it's amazing, it's the best in the world and stuff, which has certainly made me somewhat apprehensive as to whether the park would be as good as, you know, we've heard from friends. And obviously we take our friends' judgment as good word, of course, you know, fellow detectives from across the country and nations and such. But being here and experiencing this for our first time, being here all day as well, like a whole 9 for early entry until 10 PM tonight, getting to ride all the major attractions, to see the shows, to see the fountain shows, the show in the Isle of Berk, to get to ride various roller coasters, dark rides, to really sample everything, food as well. And I appreciate that opinion is obviously everyone's own opinion, and sorry, I realise I'm just going on one here, and everyone has their own opinion, but I love full immersion, I love fantasy, escapism, I love highly themed rides, storytelling, just the lot. That's what I like.
The lot.
This is the best. As much as there are negatives, the park is definitely very full and very busy. Celestial Park is big and therefore obviously can contain those crowds well enough, but when you're getting to the lands, it's so heaving.
And all the queue times are through the roof.
2 to 4 hours for most of the rides at any part of the day is crazy. Well, for the e-ticket rides.
Yeah.
Battle for the Ministry, it's the one ride within the Harry Potter Wizarding World, right? 2 to 4 hours most of the day. Minecraft Madness, 2 to 4 hours. And there's 3 rides in that land. Okay, Yoshi's is an Omni-Move, so it's not much to it. But still.
Swing Gliders was like 2 hours most of the day.
Yeah.
Not more.
Like, there's some high wait times, and that's ridiculous. I get it, because obviously there's a lot of anticipation, people want to ride them, but if you, we were saying before, if you got into Minecraft Madness after us, you could be waiting 4 hours, you could then be doing Ministry of Magic for 3 hours. That's 7 hours out of your 7 hours out of your 12 doing 2 rides. That's a lot. I think the main issues with the park are they definitely need more rides in the areas they've got. Bearing in mind that Donkey Kong Country is already an expansion from what Japan had, right? So they've already got the expansion, and I know there's another plot of land there. There's plots of land knocking about, so there's going to be more portals to come. There's definitely a show building coming up near the entrance here. So I think there's rumours that that could be a theatre, which will be good as well. But realistically, all the lands I think need another ride. Definitely the Ministry of Magic. Definitely Dartmoor, because that's a very small, thin land, isn't it?
Yeah, I feel like Isle of Berk's okay.
Yeah, Isle of Berk's okay.
The third ride is like slow through, but you can't even use like fast pass on that or anything.
No, so Ministry of Magic, Wizarding World and Dartmoor definitely need another ride each, if not maybe 2. Super Nintendo World could do with 1 because it's just so popular. Isle of Berk I think just about manages. It's got the coaster, it's got flat rides, water ride and a show, so it's got a bit of everything, right? Aside from that, the park is incredible. I appreciate Universal have a massive budget and therefore are fairly limitless, I'd say, with what they can build, but let's appreciate the ideas are there, the creativity's there, the execution is there on the whole. Minecraft Madness doesn't, you're checking out the mics on, yeah. Minecraft Madness, as I said earlier today, the execution wasn't quite right, but I appreciate the effort at least. But everything else is just top level.
Yeah.
So well thought out, and there's marks as well with each portal where tills can be placed. So I'm sure in the future you might see a part where you could come into Celestial Park maybe for a limited cost, or maybe it's a more wandering sort of entry, almost like a city walk kind of thing. You've got all the restaurants to enjoy, or maybe open for like maybe just for the hotels perhaps, and then you've got the portals that you can use later on or for certain specific events. There's definitely plenty of options available.
Entry because we had to physically show our hotel pass to a person, and when there's thousands of you trying to cram into a very wide portal and there's 2 members of staff, that's very difficult to do.
Yeah.
So I feel like that would be good to like just scan in with your hotel entry.
Yes.
But then I also don't want them to like have stuff in the portals.
Yeah, I think, well, the fact that they're not there now definitely shows that it could be a temporary thing. So maybe they just do it for the morning, then remove it, and it's business as usual. This morning was a bit chaotic. Yeah.
I don't know.
I think they will do that at some point for some capacity. I don't know if it's private events or what, but I think that will happen. I think the paths are wide enough to Celestial Park to accommodate a parade as well.
Yeah.
I don't know how it would exactly work, but I guess it's like, you know, all the various portals have opened up and their characters are coming through. That could certainly work, and it's something that Universal have done at studios, but not really at other
They could have
entities.
like the chocolate there as like the main character. In
The
parade.
Cacao, yeah, Captain Cacao, I think he's called. Also, the show at the end of the day, that was incredible. I mean, obviously,
good.
seeing the lights coming through the fountain, water themselves was amazing. And it was all synced to the music and it was nuts. But then realising that the hotel behind the Grand Helios was in sync, and then all of the lights across Celestial Park were also in sync, you'll have just seen what we saw in the camera, but we could see out of our peripheral vision that like the Meteor and Pizza Moon were also in sync. Like the whole of Celestial Park is full of lights. And it's not just a show, is it? It's like the whole park is alive.
It was a lot.
It's incredible, honestly.
I got so emotional at the end.
Yeah,
Mostly
it's
just because it's like such a, when you're following like the construction and the opening of a park, then you realise you're here and it actually ticks most of the boxes.
Yeah.
With a few little things, but like the park itself and what they've done, like capacity and stuff aside, what's here is amazing and
Yes.
probably the best in the world that we've got here. Well, at least like in the West, I'd say.
yeah, definitely.
I think some parks in Japan maybe top that, but we've not done those yet. So this is like, for the next couple of years, this is the park for me. So being
Yeah.
here is like, obviously doing Magical Kingdom was amazing, but this is so new and it's like the top level of everything.
I think that's
in its
exactly it,
current
isn't it?
time.
They've taken everything that they've learned with the past 2 parks and Volcano Bay, I think, to some capacity, and then incorporated that into all the rides. I mean, the Kukaram system, obviously that's come from Forbidden Journey, using these sort of Spider-Man into Transformers, that sort of system for Ministry of the Battle of the Ministry, Super Nintendo, Mario Kart's Bowser's Challenge is obviously like trackless as well. Like, there's lots of things they've used, incorporated, and
It wasn't chocolate.
was it not trackless?
No.
I thought it was track. Oh, anyway.
No.
Well, using AR at least then. I mean, I don't know if there's other. I can't think of any other rides that have used AR, but you know,
I'm sure there was a track.
there must be something somewhere. But yeah, just the way they've taken what works and have lent with it. Like, I could ramble on for hours about it, and I'm sure there'll be another report at some point talking about the park.
Yeah, I think it's just, you know, it's great when a park gets a new ride that's like the best, but to have a park full of the best is like a lot.
But yeah,
And I think it's just very grateful to be here and
Yeah.
experience it. finally.
Absolutely.
And that was, the fountain at the end was just like, oh, we did it.
yeah, topped off, didn't it? It really made it so. Yeah, you can probably guess what we're going to say, but if you are thinking of coming to Epic Universe, yeah, definitely do. If you're planning a trip to Orlando, you need to make time for Epic Universe. It would trump any, personally, it would trump any other part for me. I'd happily come back here before. It's not included in 14-day passes that you can usually get from
Well, it
UK
is.
travel sites.
It's included, but you get one day.
Sorry, it's 1 day. It's not a free-for-all where you can go in like we can with
You
the
can
other
come
parks.
any day, but once you've used your 1 day to Epic, you can't scan again with that card.
Yeah,
So yeah, you get your 1 day entry now included. You just have to pick any day. You don't have to book the day. Just once you've gone, you've gone. If you are planning on upgrading to an annual pass for Universal while you're here, you can't have visited Epic and do that because it voids it. You have to forgo the Epic, then you can upgrade your pass, and you'd have to buy a separate ticket to Epic.
good to know. And also, we believe
At the moment,
locals don't come on the weekends, so Sundays tend to be the quieter days. Is
we
that right?
discovered.
Yes.
Today was very busy, but I think it's probably not as busy as it has been.
Yeah,
And if you can afford fast pass,
you probably should
do it.
until the capacity is better. Yeah.
I'm unfortunate and fortunate enough to have access at the same time. I would wish I didn't have it, to be honest with you, but it has meant that the day has been easier for queues.
Yeah.
I don't think I could have done a 4 hour queue for anything, so it would have kind of meant I'd just have to miss out on those things. So So yeah, but they are very good with letting you leave the queue and come back if you do need toilet breaks and stuff, or children need to leave and come back.
Yeah.
So there is that.
Heck, that's one way to end the case, isn't it? Yeah, 10-minute end. So yeah, this has been our first ever case from Epic Universe, and I'd love there to be more in the future. I'm sure there will
We'll be back. It might take a few years.
We'll certainly come back for more investigations. I would love to see more attractions, including the park. It's certainly what it's needed, but they've planned this very well. There's more expansion pads ready to go and lined up, so you know, really what they've got to do now is improve islands and studios to try and keep up, because they've set a very, very high bar with Epic Universe. And the only other negative is I think Epic Universe isn't the best name in the world. I wish it was Universal Celestial Park. I think that would have been a much cooler name, but anyway, that's besides the point. The point is this is an amazing park, and what everyone says is true. It's incredible. You've got to come to Epic Universe. So for myself, Detective Miracle and Detective Whitmore on my right hand side, this is Case Closed from Epic Universe, and we'll see you next time.